Hi guys, Gil at Camppatton Family Compound here. In this video, we're going to be doing the electrical wiring for the RV slash travel trailer pad for plugging into the power. So stay tuned and watch how we do it. Alright guys, we're outside here at the box for the trailer hookup. Pushed the line through from in the basement to work with. So I'm going to strip some of the wire off here. Actually strip some of the shielding off of the... Come on. There it goes. Basically, you got to be really careful not to cut into the wire. The wires are usually on either side are the neutral and the power wire. In the middle is the ground. So the ground is never. 99% of the time does not have insulation on it. So you can just go ahead and cut in the middle. It does have paper wrapped around it, but that's just so it doesn't stick to the shielding when they hot form it. Alright, so I got my 3 wires here. So I just need to plug in. Great. This one's not color coded. Usually they're color coded as far as which one's supposed to be the neutral and which one is the hot. So I've got to go do a test. So hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran around with my voltmeter and tested the other electrical outlet over there. So bottom left is the not negative, but it's the power wire. Bottom right is the neutral. And power isn't the actual word for it, but I thought about I remembered it coming back over here, and as soon as I get here, I forget it. Brain fart. So the neutral or white wire goes, strip about 3/8 of an inch off. Careful you don't cut yourself. Just kind of work it around on the material. There we go. Same thing with the other one. Right now I'm not hooked up down in the other end. I'm doing this one first. That way there's nobody getting an accidental charge out of life. Because it can be a shocking experience. I know the puns are bad. My wife says I'm not very funny. Okay, so this comes up. A little bit more. That comes up over the top and then comes back down into it. Yes. So, it's laid out right. So, this one here comes down here and goes into there. Not quite. Pop this out. Okay. See if I can. It's going to go in there, right? Come on, open up. There we go. So bring this up a little closer here. Down in here. Make sure I'm seeing what you're seeing here. Okay, so right here, I back the screw off to open it up here. I stick my stripped off wire down into there, and then I tighten it back up. Snugly. Okay, now it's on there. I go to the other side, do the same thing. I back this off. then I stick this wire, which is the load. That's it. You know, so it's the neutral and the load. Come on, get in there. There we go. Sometimes these things, just because this wire is such heavy gauge here, it's just kind of hard to work with sometimes. Might get down in there. I just didn't want him to go in. Every now and then you'll just get some wire that's just, you know, it's like a Democrat. Doesn't want to play the game right. Thinks it's above everything else. Ooh, did I just make a political joke? I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Come on. Get in there. There. Stay in there. And the load line just does not want to connect right. There we go. Now it's pinching down on it. This is the first time I've used one of these pre-manufactured things, and yeah, they're not quite the same as the other stuff. Okay, so that's going to go up there. That's going to go around that way there. So this has got to get cut off about here. I got to loosen up the ground here. This here, down here, force. There we go. That one like that. That's in there. Sorry you can't see it. It's being very difficult to maneuver with, so I'm just trying to get it in here the best I can. Now tightening down on it. So what I did is, the box itself is grounded. There's a wire going from it. Shoot. Okay, finally got it in there. Okay, so this is not the normal type fixture I use. This is made by Travel Trailer, whatever. Anyways, it's has a difficult ground piece on there, but I got it in there. Now, bend this back up in here. There's some little tabs here I got to get between here. There we go. Slide that up in. Lock that in. There we go. Anyways, yeah, so now it's hooked up on this side. Now I just got to go down in the basement, finish running the wire over to the breaker, and tie it in. So this is a 110 volt only hookup. It's not doing. I'm not doing 220. So it's simple, ready to go. And now we'll go down in the basement, work down in the basement. Okay, we're in the basement, and this here is the breaker box. For those that don't know much or anything about really how breaker boxes work, you have three lines coming in. You have a 110 leg, and a neutral. And the neutral goes through a strip down each side here, And that's where your ground wires and your white wires or your neutral wires connect up to. Off of the 110 and 110, it comes down with lugs, and like this one here comes across and connects to these two. The next one connects across to this way, and this one does this way, that one does that way, every other one. That way you put a double in here, you got one off of 110 leg and the other off the other 10 leg, which gives you 220. Now you can also, sometimes it's called 110, sometimes it's called 120. If it's 110, then it's 220. If it's 120, then it's 240. 110 was the old, a lot of old power companies that, and they've slowly upgraded to 120 and 240. But like I said, I grew up as a kid with 110, so that's kind of ingrained in me. Basically, it probably is 220 here. Now, how do I know what my voltage is and what's going on in here? Let me move this around here. Turn the camera back this way here. Okay, so I know it's kind of hard to see. It's a bad angle here. There we go. Take my voltmeter here. Just kind of hang it right here. And what I can do is I take one lead and I touch it up here to the neutral. And if I touch it here, it jumps up and it says it gives me voltage. And if I move over here, it goes up and gives me the same. Well, almost the same. Interesting. I got about a 5 to 8 volt difference coming in from the power company. Oh well. So basically, if I hook on here, on this one here, I touch it, and it goes on up to the 240. Okay, so I can come down here, and I got nothing because that's part of this line here for the first one. This next one I'll have, yep, 220. Nothing. 220, yeah. So now if I put this on the neutral and I touch those, it gives me 110, 110, 110, 110, 110. You really can't see that. Let's see if I can raise this up here a little bit so you can see this just a little bit better here. See, nope, come on, get the angle here right for you. Okay, I'm not sure if you can watch this meter bounce around here now. See how it goes up? Yeah. So that's how I read it there. It's when this needle here, as it goes up, tells me how much voltage I have. So anyway, so this breaker down here is a 30 amp breaker. It's turned off. Turn that back. I just switched things around. So this is now open. This is the one I'm going to tie into. But I got to finish running my wire over there and bring the wire over here. So let me go to do that, and we'll get back to this. Okay, so I got the wire all stapled up to the ceiling and everything. Brought it around, got it trimmed off to the right length to go through the little clamp thing here at the bottom. So now I just need to strip it off a little bit. This is always something that kind of makes me nervous, because sometimes you can accidentally cut too far, and then your there we go. All your work is for naught. You got to string the wire because you've cut through it, or you cut through the insulation, you expose the hot wire. It's not so bad when you cut through and expose a little bit of the neutral wire, but the hot wire or the load wire, oh yeah, that's and that was the one I was up against there too. So what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of peeling it off the insulation off so I can cut around it. Make a light score on it. Don't push too hard. There we go. Bring it around the other side here. Continue this score, just kind of like a pressure score of it. Go ahead and cut through that portion. There we go. Now I can see it. Okay. I just got to strip this other off. Sometimes it'll slide off. Oh yeah, like that. Paper insulation can come off and go away. All right, so all 3 wires come up through here. There we go. That's it. Now I take my the bottom part of my angle clamp here, and I put my screws back in. Get my special electrical screwdriver. Electrical components are changing up here. They're going to a different thing. You've had your regular slot head, then you have your Phillips, your 4-sided little thing there. Now we have square heads. See, kind of square. These actually are really neat. They don't skip out as much as the Phillips do, which don't slide out as much as the slot head do. But what they do is on some of the fittings here, so I got some here. They will have, I get this to focus right here on it. Sure of it focusing there. They'll have a big slot head, and they'll have the little square in the middle here, so it goes right in. Look at that. Keeps it on there. Really cool. All right, so now, first one I'm going to take care of is probably what I consider the most dangerous, and this is going to sound weird. That's the ground wire. You think, why is the ground wire so dangerous? Well, it's not dangerous anywhere except in a live electrical box. So, being that this is a live electrical box, I think it might be a little dangerous if it touches one of the live wires. Okay, so that's sitting right there. That has gone in. I can tighten that down. There we go. So now that's back out of the way. I can work on this one here. Bring it down and around. Okay. Some of the differences there, like the type of wire I'm using, the ground is a solid wire, whereas the neutral and the hot wire or the load wire are strand. And what the difference of that is, well, the solid wire is that it's one solid wire, whereas the strand is about, I can't tell here, I have to have super magnifiers. Looks like about 15 smaller wires all together like a cable. So run this one up, back up there, this down around in here. Pliers on it here so I can actually maneuver it down in there. Stay tight. Sometimes when the cable wire, sometimes the strand wire likes to sometimes come apart, bending around like this. So, do a little extra work here. Back that off a whole bunch. Push that in there tight. Now I can work this around and get it down underneath that other wire there. There we go. All nice and neat. One of my big pet peeves with electrical boxes is someone will run a wire into it and run it straight to the breaker, cut it short so it just barely makes it to the breaker, or you maybe have an inch of play, and do the same thing for the grounded thing. Me, when I run it in, I run it up, down, and back. See? I don't know if you can see some of these up here. Let's see if we can get this over here so you can see what I mean. So I run these up, down, and back, and this one here up, down, and back. And over here, I run it up, down, back. Now, the reason I do that is because Murphy's Law. If you don't do that, something's going to happen, and you're going to need to make an adjustment or move it from one breaker to another, and it's like, oh, it won't reach the new breaker because of locations where you got to put in a 220 breaker or change things around a little bit. So, yeah. So I always add a bit of extra wire inside and just run it up and around out of the way so it's not bothering anybody. Well, I'm going to pull this one here, this one here out. Let me get, there it is. Pop this one loose with this one here. There we go. Pull it loose. See, it's just has a little slot here. This notch. Well, on the back side here, there's it notches in back here, and then it slides forward. And now that I got it off, let's bring it down and I can show you. Right there. Let's see if I can get the light on here. See that right there? That is what the power strip. And so that notch locks onto that. So, let's put this back over here. There we go. So that's how this locks onto. Well, I want to get this thing here done, so I need, and these, the new breakers take both the number 2 square or a flathead. This thing here, I want to get this in there. Get it in here first. That's a lot easier to clamp down. There we go. I'll run this up and around. Twist that back around so it lays back. Hook that on there. Lock it in place. Bend that wire up nice and neat like that. Boom. And I got power out there to that receptacle for the trailer now. Yeah! All right, so let's take the voltmeter out there and go test it. Okay, we're back out here, so let's set this down here, aim it back up here. Open this bad boy up. I gotta find some way of hanging it. All right, can you see the meter? Get a little closer here, angle around. Okay, so let's see what you got here. Okay. Should be able to see it, and wait, when we raise it up just a little. Okay, so now as I stick this in here, see that? We need, see how the needle goes up? We're good. We're perfect. So That's one headache done. All right, so now I just got to go back. I got to go to Home Depot now and get the extra electrical cable to finish making that, and then that one will be done. This is done for now. That's not really done for now. I got to finish hooking up the sewer here. What's going to happen is about 6 foot wide off of here, I'm going to put a form board up here. Wish this thing quit timing out. So I'm going to put about 6 feet out. I'm going to put a form board across here, and I'm going to pour a cement walkway here. Then from that, it's going to step down about 4-6 inches, and then I'm going to go out 12 feet wide and 30 feet long and pour a pad for the trailer to sit on. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get that done this fall before the fall rains come or not, but that's the plan, is to get that there so the trailer can be here and be hooked up for visitors and whatnot. Alrighty, so that's where we're at right now. Hopefully we'll be able to get to Home Depot here. Got some other little things that I got to knock off for my daughter and son-in-law. Get that done. I got to get the more sprinklers going out on the lawn. Try to bring it back to life since they let it die. But that's life when you're not always here, bouncing back and forth between Idaho and California. Alrighty, well, catch you here in a second or two. Hi guys, so it's dark out now. Got a bunch of stuff going. I forgot to turn the camera back on for a couple of things. So yeah, I got to Home Depot, got the wiring fixed up, finished up everything up. All the electrical is done. All the water is done. While I was at Home Depot though, I found this couple real cool little timers to go on garden hoses, and I got one of each. I'll put the one on already. It's a simple mechanical timer. You turn it, and it'll do anywhere from 5 minutes to 120 minutes. So I put that on the one area. It works great. I'm going to try the other one, which is a programmable one. Put it out on an area which my daughter and son-in-law usually don't go to. That's out behind, in front of the property where the travel trailer is currently sitting. I put out some drip irrigation stuff, and so tomorrow's video will be covering all that stuff. So that's what we got to look forward for tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be all actually putting the water to work. Now everything's done. So if you've enjoyed these videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It really helps us out. The little red button down there, or bar thing, says subscribe. Click on it. It'll turn gray, and a little bell will pop up next to it. If you click on that bell, you'll get notifications of whenever we post a new video. Also, don't forget to pound that thumbs up button, the like button. That helps us out as well with YouTube. If you have friends or relatives that would enjoy or get a kick out of these videos, please share them. You know, spread the love around. Embarrass me. Show me off to more people. All right? And as always, you know, especially in these hot summer days, stay hydrated. All right? Bye.